welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I achieve a flawless foundation routine for oily skin, of course. So if this is something that you would be interested in watching, if you have problems with oily skin and keeping your face flawless throughout the day, just keep on watching. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to start off by using this Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. And what I like to do is always put a little bit on like the back of my hand, just like a nice pea size of that on the back of my hand. And then I also take the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. I take this primer as well, Rimmel Stay Matte. And I just put a little bit, and this one is always a little harder to try to get the product out. And then when it does come out, a lot comes out and I really don't need that much. So I have both of these on the back of my hand, and I always start with the Photo Finish by Smashbox. And I first start to like dot it over my face, because this is what I was talking about in my makeup essentials for oily skin. I always put the Smashbox all over my face. Now that that's on, I'm gonna go in with the Rimmel Stay Matte, and I just dot it in the areas where I know that I am oily. I'm going to show you guys basically where those areas are for me. So it's here, chin, cheek area, and then nose. So I just lightly go ahead and blend that in that area. But now that that's in, like I said, you want everything to be light. I'm going to go ahead and move into color correcting. Now, my favorite concealer is the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and I absolutely love this concealer. I normally get the color Fawn, and I was trying to find a color that matched a little bit better, and I ended up still picking up the wrong concealer, but I just still worked with it. This is medium beige, and what I've been doing is just using this as a color corrector because it kind of gives off a peachy tone. So what I've been doing is just applying that to my under eye. And I don't need a lot because this consistency of this concealer is very, very creamy, and it gives great coverage. So I never really need a lot of this, and I'll just kind of spread it out to the other eye, whatever I've put on the first side. I'm gonna go in on top of that color with my Maybelline FitME concealer, and this is the color Cafe. So it's just gonna warm up that color. And while the color is not blended in, I'm just gonna sit it right on top. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my foundation. So I always like to use my Real Techniques foundation brush, and I've put a little bit of foundation in a separate little container. So I'm going to apply the foundation on my face, and I'm just going to scoop a little bit of that foundation and dot it, put little dots over my face. Then I'm going to just smooth it out with the brush. And really that wasn't a lot of product at all. I'm going in with my Real Techniques. This is a brush that you can use for liquid or powder. So I'm gonna go in with this Real Techniques brush and just press it into the skin, kind of like, you know, buff it into the skin. So it gives me that airbrushed look. Now, if you can see how nice and still skin like that looks, I'm going to go in with my beauty sponge and go ahead and just blend in around my mouth. Still not touching the under eye because I'm not ready to do that. Now I'm just going to go ahead and blend out the under eye. And then while it's just freshly blended in, I'm gonna go in with this Laura Mercier and set my under eye. Just lightly setting it. And then I'm gonna go in and set the areas that I applied the concealer at. Also, I'm going to create an outline so that I can have a sharp, nice and clean, defined contour. I'm telling you guys, I apply this very lightly. I found that when I apply the product very lightly, my makeup lasts a lot longer and it looks very good throughout the day. So now that those areas are set nice and lightly, I'm gonna get this powder out the way because I'm afraid I'm gonna spill it and I'm gonna be mad. I got all that stuff everywhere. Okay, so now that I have that set, I go ahead and go into contouring. So I'm gonna use my Real Techniques contouring brush. And what I'm going to be using to contour today is by Black Radiance, and this is the True Complexion Contour Palette, light to medium. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this beautiful palette here to contour. And I actually have two contouring brushes. I guess it just depends on which one I pick up. I love them both. They're very affordable. Both of them are very affordable. This one is the e.l.f. contour, and then this one here is the Real Techniques contour. So I don't have a preference. I love them both equally the same. So it's always good to have backup brushes. So I have more than one. I'm going to move into blush, my blush, and this is by MAC Cosmetics Gleeful. You guys have seen this before. And I'm just going to apply that blush nice and lightly, and then to the apples of my cheeks. Okay. And now that I have that done, I go ahead and remove the translucent powder just to these areas, and I continue to keep the powder, the translucent setting powder, under my eye. I don't touch that yet. I'm going to go ahead and move into doing a natural eye. And if you guys see, most of the time setting powders might give you like that white cast. Don't worry about it. Your setting spray, when you mist your face after you're done with your makeup, all of that is going to take care of that kind of that white cast. So that's why it is important to make sure you set your makeup after you've, you know, done everything. So since this is a foundation, updated foundation routine video, I'm going to complete the rest of my eyes and then I'll be right back. So I'm back. I've just completed doing my eyes and then applying eyelashes. So the next thing I do is I go in with this soft focus. Okay, and now that I have applied that, I'm going to go ahead and dust off the powder under my eye. Okay, you guys, so I went ahead and highlighted and done all that good stuff. How I always end this out is I always set my makeup. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this Milani Make It Last setting spray. And I kind of go crazy with that because it just makes my face feel so hydrated, and I just love it, and it smells good too.